Hello grapplers and welcome to a new video. By the title of this video, you already know what's that. And we have to watch it again. This situation. Let's do it slowly so we can actually feel the pain. Lariat got beaten by a jump in heavy kick. And you can see the face of Itasan and how much that was awful and painful. This happened again, but the second lariat was a little bit later into the animation, so I guess you can sort of justify that hit, as I'm still annoyed about this one, but this is the major concern. Lariat in this game, as you know, in case you're just catching up with Zangief and Street Fighter 6, Lariat is very inconsistent. First of all, in combos, you might know that the distance of regular lariat is pretty bad for a 15 frame move. Very slow. If someone blocks this, they can DI it back, so you're essentially punched if you whiff your lariat. Very easily, I must say. The OD version of lariat also has distance issues, but at least it's a little bit more consistent in terms of combos. Depending on the hit, the Oki will be different, obviously. In terms of anti-airs, this is a little bit more dicey. Is this a really good move? First of all, Lariat has a big issue in terms of the invincibility to airborne strikes. You'll see that it's frames 6 through 13. Funny enough, it says great anti-air tool on the first hit. That is technically correct, I guess, but considering what happened here, sure. And the invincibility to projectiles is actually from frame 1. This is something people have been discussing in terms of the airborne strikes, because it's from frames 6 instead of frame 1. And we're talking about OD Lariat, the 12-framer one. Technically, he has no hurtbox on frames 1 through 5, and it shrinks during frames 6 through 13. Now, this doesn't mean he doesn't have a hurtbox. That is important. You'll see that the actual hitbox and hurtbox you'll see here, you can technically still get hit out of this, which is awful. And well, the rest of the things are well known for Zangief players, like it cannot hit cross-up. So the Lariat is not a good anti-air. It is easier to do. You only press 2 or 3 buttons. That's something the move has going on. But in terms of invincibility, it is awful. It should be for frame 1. However, we do have to consider other specials that are more or less similar to Lariat in terms of the speed or the things you get. And the closest to Lariat is Marisa's, I'm gonna butcher this name, Dimakerus. The light one, which is a really good anti-air, is 12 frames, so it is as fast as OD Lariat. It has anti-air invulnerability from frames 5 to 15, which you'll know at this point is faster than this one. And you can cancel into supers for 24 frames, which again is better than our OD Lariat. And we're talking about OD Lariat, by the way. Yes, it is that bad. Now, this is a motion move, but in every single sense, this is better than Lariat. Way more consistent. Now, the thing is with Marisa, there's something else going on. She has a crouching heavy punch. Decent for some anti-airs. She also has a jumping medium punch. Very good as an air-to-air. So she has better tools, even though she has to do a motion for the special move that is anti-air, which is not the case with Zangief. Now, Zangief is being actively hurt only because the input is easier. The move right now is not correctly working. The hitbox is also not good enough for certain anti-airs. It is very easy to cross up Zangief in situations where it shouldn't happen, or the anti-air should work. The other anti-air that might be related to this situation and we can compare it to is actually Kimberly, the Bushin Senpukyaku, especially the OD one. Now, this is, even though this is fast, this is not a legit anti-air. She cannot wake up with this thing. So she can also confirm into super, usually super level 2, within 36 frames, which is frankly insane for a move that is this fast. So in every single scenario, Lariat is not working and cannot be compared, and it is easily the worst anti-air special move in the game. Because all of these characters have things going on. They have other anti-airs. We can take a look at Honda. He can anti-air with Sumo Headbutt, the OD version. And the armor is from frames 1 through 8. It's really fast, really easy to anti-air with this thing. This is also fantastic as anti-air. And you'll see that he has anti-air invulnerability upper body, same as Zangief, from frames 8 through 10. It is insane how many options other characters have as anti-air. Because when you play as Zangief, this is your anti-air. You're not going to anti-air with crouching heavy punch, that is insane. And sometimes you can use a standing heavy kick. Even characters without any kind of true special move anti-air, like Bison, have good tools. This guy has crouching heavy punch, which is 2 frames faster than OD lariat. It's active for 6 frames, and this is the freaking hitbox. Look at this. Beautiful anti-air. Which is the reason why you'll see so many Zangief players in scenarios like this, not using any kind of anti-air because you don't trust your anti-air. People have been also mentioning how late Itabashi was with the anti-air. This is not late. This is a good moment to use anti-airs. You'll see that the animation is already through the other side. He's already spinning. So he should be around over here. And the hurtbox is very high. He doesn't have technically a head hurtbox. You'll see that he doesn't have anything over here. But only the first spin, this one, has a really good hitbox hurtbox combo. Everything else is very easy to beat. And that is what happened here. Due to how bad this anti-air is, I think this is one of the things the developers need to correct like ASAP. This needs to be either anti-air invulnerability from frames, way more from frames 1. I have to say, yeah, frame 1 from OD lariat wouldn't be that crazy because it would only work as anti-air as intended. And you're spending 2 meters to do that anti-air. I think it's significant. I mean, it should be like that. And the head hurtbox during frames 1 through 5, which is this one, and shorter hurtbox on frames 6 through 13 should change. Either they make lariat fully invulnerable to anti-airs from frames 1 through 13, or they just leave the same no head hurtbox during frames 1 through 13. He should have the same hurtbox, no ice hitting this spin, which has a very tall hurtbox for an anti-air, which is nuts. It is insane how this situation showcases how bad Zangief's anti-airs are. That is also another OD lariat. Now this was late. However, if this move was invincible from frames 1 through 13, it would have worked. It is insane how inconsistent lariat is for anti-airs. This is the fastest thing we have. Not considering super level 1, which wouldn't have worked in this scenario. I would love for both lariats to be fixed, but if I had to pick one, OD lariat absolutely needs some changes. As always, thank you so much for being here. If you really like this video, please subscribe, go to the Twitch channel and maybe give it a follow if you really enjoyed this content. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and keep playing grapplers. See you. Bye bye.